Welcome into the BSN Broncos post-game breakdown. I'm Allie Monroy here with Ryan Koenigsberg following the Broncos' 33-14 win over the San Francisco 49ers. Ryan, the story tonight was all about the quarterbacks. What were your takeaways from their performances?
Well, I thought Paxton Lynch had a chance to come in here and make this thing a game again, maybe even jump Trevor Siemian based on the way that the Broncos have been kind of trying to uplift him. He doesn't do it. He comes in and has a mediocre performance, nothing great, nothing bad, nothing that made you say this guy should be the starting quarterback. And to double down on that, Trevor Siemian comes in and kind of delivers the knockout punch. He made things look easy against the second team, as I put out on Twitter. He looked like a starting quarterback playing against second-teamers, and the way it looks, that's what it was. I think going into this week, Trevor Siemian will be your starting quarterback going forward, and that's a big thing. That's a big development for Broncos fans. I know a lot of people wanted Paxton Lynch to win this job, but I think it's become clear to even the biggest of Paxton Lynch fans that the kid still needs more time. You almost wish it was like baseball where you could send him down to AAA, let him get some reps, and bring him back up. That's not how it works here in the NFL. So Trevor Siemian, the guy who looked more prepared, the guy who looked like a starting quarterback, I believe will go on to be the starting quarterback.
Here's Trevor Siemian and Paxton Lynch talking about how they did and the competition at hand.
I mean, I guess that's really up to the coaches to decide. You know, I'm just worried about coming out here and doing the best I can and progressing day in and day out with these guys and getting better with these guys.
You know, for me, I just wanted, when I came back in the spring, I thought I had room to grow as a player, and I think I've done that, and I think I still have more room to grow, no doubt. But, you know, I think just from when I came back in the spring, I've done a lot of good things personally that I wanted to get done. It's still, no doubt, have a long way to go again, but yeah, I think that's it.
I mean, you can't compare your progress to somebody else's progress, because when you're worried about the other guy getting better, you're wasting time on not focusing on yourself and making yourself better. So that's really what I've been doing, is try to progress each day and get better day in and day out.
Ryan, there are a lot of points on this field, and there were also a lot of flags thrown. What are your thoughts on the penalties tonight?
Well, it got to the point where even the referees were laughing about how many flags. I believe there were 6 flags on one singular punt return. Definitely one of the better moments I've ever seen in the preseason was that ref trying to explain all the penalties that happened, only to say that none of it mattered and they were going to re-kick it. But for the Broncos, way too many flags actually on the offensive side of the ball. Garrett Bowles, first-round pick, the guy that they're trying to make the starting left tackle and probably will be the starting left tackle, 4 flags, 3 holds, and a false start, and one of the holds costing them points, and that's what you just can't have. D'Angelo Henderson now seems to be the victim of most of these holds. I think he's had now 4 or 5 plays called back because of a hold, and you just can't have that. So Garrett Bowles going to have to learn that it's a little bit different here in the NFL. They're going to get you, and especially if you develop a reputation for yourself of being a holder. Those refs are going to look out for that, catch that, and flag you. So he's going to have to make some changes and learn really quickly that they call it a little more tight up here. But you think that he's a guy who can learn fast, and he will make some changes, but he's always going to be that nasty, tough guy. He's not going to let his quarterback go down, so he's going to do what he has to do.
And finally, Ryan, what did you think of the defense?
I mean, they didn't have like anyone out there tonight. No Von Miller, no Derek Wolfe, no Jared Crick, no TJ Ward. They still look like the Broncos defense to me. No points last week, and actually they scored 7. And this week they hold a shutout throughout the entire first 2 quarters, for whole first half. So they're good. And their second team is good. And even their third team looked pretty good tonight. So they're going to be quite all right. Now it's going to be up to that offense. And you saw some little wrinkles from that offense to tell you that maybe they're going to have a little something. I mean, they even had D'Angelo Henderson lining up wide and catching passes on a slant. So I think that you're going to get a lot more creative. I think people are a little worried about the offense right now. You're just seeing that vanilla offense. You saw a few more wrinkles, especially when Trevor Siemian was in, which was interesting. But I think that defense is going to be quite all right. The offense needs to make a jump forward.
For the rest of our post-game content, be sure to go to bsndenver.com. For Ryan Koenigsberg, I'm Allie Monroy, BSN Denver.